Hello guys, Deets and Agley Studios here, and as you can tell I do have a bit of a hoarse voice. I'm sorry for that. I don't know, I guess I'm pretty sick right now. But anyway, I'm going to review the TIE Striker minifigures. This was definitely a very hyped up set for me because I love the new Shore Trooper design. As you can see, I love a lot of the new troopers. This Imperial ground crew looks awesome. The TIE pilot is cool as ever. And then a Rebel Trooper is also really cool, but I will show you all these on their own. So this is the TIE Fighter pilot, or in this case, the TIE Striker pilot. He's got this awesome helmet. I love how much the reflectiveness really works to make it more accurate to the movie, because in the movie, I'm basing this off A New Hope. In A New Hope, the helmet is so shiny and the armor is incredibly shiny, and I think that's just always been really an appeal for me with all these TIE pilots. You can see it's got the silver lines on the sides of the mask and the Imperial logo up there, and then some just really nice printing on the mask. On the bottom, or under it, I showed you already earlier, it's the angry clone, as Jang calls it, the angry clone face. And then the torso has the tubes with this pad in the central, 3 belt buckles, and then printed legs. On the back, this figure does have gray detailing, but it's still very, very simple. I really would have liked seeing the OII thing that's on the back of the normal Stormtroopers on this, but I don't know if that's accurate or not. But I just really like this figure overall. As I said before, this is the Imperial ground crew. It's actually a new figure for Rogue One. It might have been seen in one of the earlier movies in just a small bit, like I could see this happening on the Death Star, but that is not on the ground, so maybe not. Maybe this is a completely new design. He does have a Death Star gunner type helmet, but without the extended back. And it does not have the Imperial logo. It rather has 4 indented circles. The helmet overall looks really awesome, and it doesn't always have to fit in Star Wars. It looks like people could make some really, really cool custom creations with this mask. The torso, again, has the same belt buckles and some more torso armor, it looks like, with some buttons. It looks very Imperial. It's got some straps on the legs, and then the knee pads. And it's basically the same kind of printing as the TIE pilot. And on the back, basically the same thing, with 2 little spots to hold the little yokes, or not yokes that he has, the little flashlight things that air traffic controllers use. He has 2 little slots for those, and actually, this is what Jyn Erso is wearing in the trailer for Rogue One, where at the end, after he says, "What will you become?" This is what she's wearing, with the 2 sticks coming off of the back. And this, finally, is the long-awaited Shore Trooper. He looks incredible, in my opinion, with the dark brown prints on the legs, the awesome new mold that is shared with the Tank Trooper. For the helmet with this little thing on top just makes it look very used. And he has the angry clone face, as always. Has a sand blue arm and some sand blue printing to show that half of him is blue for some reason. Looks like it's customized, but it might not be. Overall, the printing is pretty much all that you've got on this figure. I love how it looks. I just love it. It looks so new, but it also fits this classic style of Star Wars, which is pretty much the appeal of this figure to me, and the overall design in universe. His gun is the ADU blaster from Alien Conquest, but with little binocular, which seems common in other sets besides Star Wars, but you don't see much in Star Wars. On the back, it's got some basic printing. Some really cool stuff on there. Just looks very used, worn, and fits the Star Wars style around A New Hope very, very well, in my opinion. And here we have the last figure. This is a Rebel Trooper. He has actually the Endor Rebel helmet printed with the same color of this, I believe, but with a metallic silver. I can't tell if that's gunmetal or it's just printed on. I think it's printed because it looks more shiny than gunmetal, with gunmetal detailing on there for the metal part of the helmet. I really, really like how this looks, contrasting with this kind of vest that seems kind of like Jyn Erso's. And then the awesome leg print that just looks... This could be used outside of Star Wars, the leg print. And then I could also see this torso print being used for something outside of Star Wars also, like some sort of hiker. He's got this face that was used for Captain America during the Civil War sets. And then on the back, we have some basic straps on the back and an angry version of the face, which looks like that with the helmet. And speaking of what his gear looks like, he does have this cool blaster. It is a normal blaster, but with a small pin on it, which I honestly really like. I think that makes it look different and more like ragtag if all the rebels have slightly different guns. That'd be super cool to see, and I think that's what's happening throughout the Rogue One sets. Alright, so this has been the Rogue One TIE Striker minifigure review. I really, really like the figures in this set, mostly because the Shore Trooper, the Rebel Trooper is also awesome, TIE Striker is very accurate, and the Ground Crew is a very nice addition. I like all the figures in this set, and I think the only downside of this set is, unfortunately, the price. It is very expensive for what it's worth, or the amount of pieces. Even though the price per part ratio may be reasonable, it has a ton of small pieces, and it doesn't amount to that big of a vehicle for the price that you'd expect. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to be making a ton of these reviews for every Rogue One set, and maybe even the new Hands of Time Ninjago sets if you guys like these enough. Anyway, the movie, Ninjago Movie 4, is in production, and that'll be out very soon. See you around.